Today in our webinar, we're going to discuss the importance of bins and lots in Macola software. We want to see how the WMS system makes it much easier to gain traceability and movement throughout the warehouse. I'm Bob Hawk. I'm the Director of Sales. This is my email address, bhawk@wisys.com, and my phone number is 614-515-4141. So let's talk about bin control. There's some benefits to having bin control. Every item in the warehouse has an organization where you can logically put things away. You'll know exactly the quantities of each item and where they are. You'll be able to validate your inventory more quickly and accurately using bin control when you're doing cycle counting or physical counting. And you'll be able to add direction if you need to, so you can direct people in a path that makes the most sense. There's some pitfalls to having bin control. One, every transaction takes away the freedom to just put the item anywhere. You're going to actually record the spot that you put it, not just drop it off and walk away. So you need to do the transaction to keep the system up to date. These transactions do take time, and that's why we're going to use a scan gun. Users have to write things down on paper and turn them into the office to have them later key punched back into the system. And once you turn on bin control, Macola has rules. Macola has a rule that says when you're really using bins, you need to record and keep track of where it is. So you can't drive the quantity on hand negative. All right, let's talk about lot control. Again, lot control has some benefits. Items are grouped and associated together. Sometimes they call them batches or lots. Items can be reviewed by product based on first in, first out, or first in and first to expire. So there's different dates available on lots. You'll have traceability from where you purchased that lot and to how you consume it all the way through to the sale. And if you're using a quality system, you'll be able to track the lot in your quality system from Macola to the sale again. And if you're ever audited, the system has controls in it to be able to look things up very quickly. On the downside, you have to do more transactions to keep the system up to date, just like bins. And it does take time to do these transactions, and users have to write them down, and you have to be able to read somebody's writing. And just like bins, lots can't go negative either. So let's look at a sample workflow before and after. Let's take a look at what happens before you use a warehouse system. So we're going to refer to this as a paper-based receiving process or a workflow. So there's a truck that delivers raw materials. The raw materials are received and reviewed coming off the shipment. The receiver writes them down on paper on how much was received and what the quantities were. The receiving has to put the raw materials away. And then the documents, the receiver takes the documents to accounting and drops them off. And accounting has to key punch the data into the Macola system. Finally, this is the first time after a period of hours or maybe even a day later that the receipts are available to be seen in the Macola inventory. So you can see there's a number of steps and an elapsed time. Now let's take a look at real-time receiving workflow. Same truck delivers the products. Raw materials are coming in. The receiving agent receives and actually does the transactions right there. So the receipt is in the system, and now there's visibility of that Macola inventory. The receiver agent then puts the raw materials away using a scan gun. So it's just that quick to get material into the system and functional. So the steps happen very quickly with the warehouse system versus the paper-based, moving the data into the system over an elapsed period of time and with more touching. All right, let's stop here and we'll do a quick demonstration of what this might look like.